Yeah. Yeah, we were all the way in Newport, Rhode Island, too, where the prep school is.
Yeah.
So we're on some, like, Navy base out there and everything. And I remember it didn't really hit me, because at first I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to do this. Like,
Yeah,
this is like,
I'm so in, yeah.
Like, I'm an athlete. Like, all these detailers are smaller than me. Like,
yeah.
I'm fine. And then I remember, like, went through the whole day, and it kind of sunk in, like,
Yeah.
I really got to do this. Like, I remember by that night, because I remember we came back, we had the whole day. And I'm not trying to get too much into boot camp, but
No.
I remember
People want to hear it.
I remember we had the whole day, like, run around, like, getting your clothes, getting your hair cut again. Like, I didn't even need my hair cut, but they cut my hair and charged me $15 for it. Like,
They didn't even pay for your haircut?
no, you had to pay for everything. You got all your uniforms, you got everything. You had to do all your medical checks. You had to go take a drug test, all this.
Yeah.
And then, like, we went and then, like, ate dinner at Nay Hall, the little mess hall there, and ate. And then, like, we came back in for our, like, induction ceremony. Like, came back for that. And then I remember after that we had, like, 30 minutes with our family.
Yeah.
And then, like, they left and we were in.
Yeah.
And I remember it was, like, that 30 minutes, I was like there's, like, pictures of me, like,
I was going to say,
there.
your parents are, like, waving to you and you're standing there crying.
I never cried. It was like my mom, my dad, my sister, my grandma, grandpa, and my girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
And it was like they were all like bawling their eyes out, and I'm sitting there like trying to act tough, and I'm like, in the back of my head, like I'm like I could cry right now. Like this is not the fun and games that I thought it was gonna be. And I remember I was like, I had to say bye to them, and I remember like walking in because we like had like it was like a field house, but it was like kind of it was weird.
Yeah. Like a rec room.
But like coming back into it, and I remember like, here we go, like we're going, like everybody's gone now, like. And that 3 weeks of boot camp, I mean, that sucked.
Yeah, out of the nest, man.
Yeah, no phone, writing letters like I was like back in the day, like writing love letters back home and stuff.
Dude.
No, I remember it was like the best thing, getting letters too, and like I learned because they'd put you to bed at like 9:30.
Yeah.
Like it was like the detailers came in, like basically like tucked you into bed, like turned your light out, and like said goodnight, like, and laying there. And I remember like I got into this thing because it was like. You had your bathroom breaks were like 5 minutes. It's like you had no time to go to the bathroom ever.
I was gonna say, dude, like some people take shits longer than 5 minutes.
I'm that guy. I'm that guy. I'm not trying to sit here and talk about all that, but like that was me. Like my first 2 days, I don't think I went to the bathroom.
That's a problem.
I don't think I took shit for 2 days.
Dude, there are people who take 30-minute shits to get out of work for a while. Like you're on a clock when you take a shit.
Yeah. No, I learned that I could get up at night and like because we had bathrooms in our rooms.
Yeah.
Like our rooms are suites, so it was like 2 people in a room, and then you shared a shower and a toilet.
Yeah.
So like I'd go to the bathroom at night and like turn the lights off, and the room lights off were already off in the room, but like turn the bathroom light on and sit in there for like an hour, like read my letters and write my letters and go to the bathroom and like take my me time. But I remember that was like the best thing to get letters. But no, yeah, that was a
Damn, I kind of wish I'd written you a letter now.
Yeah, hey.
I'm looking back on it, man. I missed out.
You know. But
so
yeah,
you go through the whole season with the prep.
I didn't even get into football.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Now that you got the PTSD out of the way.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, you actually got to football. You got through camp. You're playing. Like, did we get a little bit of enthusiasm back? Like,
no, that was. At Naps, football was the only time of my day
where
I was happy. Dude. Like, and we only got 2 hours a day. Like, that. Like, it wasn't like we had time for film and a lift and then practice. It was like. It was called sports period. Yep. So it was like you had 2 hours.
Yeah.
And we had to use 2 hours to watch film, lift, and practice.
Yep.
So, I mean, practice was like what you made of it. It was a quick little practice out there, but it was really like the only time of my day where I was happy and feeling good and stuff.
I couldn't relate more to that too, because like you go from high school, you're that dude, right? You're the guy. Everybody knew that on that team. You were the guy, right? And then you get to freshman year college, and like even in my case, like I redshirted, right?
Yeah.
You come in, our strength coach he might as well have been military, obviously. Did you ever meet A.G. Kruger? Do you know A.G. Kruger? Shout out A.G. Like, A.G. to this day, like, that guy knows I thank him for so much of the discipline and everything I have now. But, like, the number of times my dad had to talk me off the ledge my freshman year of college, again, you go from being the dude, everything's great, you come in, you're at the bottom of the totem pole, they walk you down, show you the JV locker room. They never showed you.
No.
They never showed you the JV locker room when they're recruiting you. They walk you to the basement. It smells weird. You're like cubby to cubby next to a bunch of other dudes. They bring in 100 people. Yeah, you're on scholarship, but you still like.
He brings in a ton of dudes. Too.
Yeah, you're sitting next to the dude who has no money. He's telling you he does. You know he doesn't.
Yeah.
And then you have to sit there and act like, okay, this is worth it. You go. I went through like my redshirt year, similar to what you're talking about. Very dark time, man.
Yeah. No, I remember like
and football
because we got
was the only time I was happy.
Yeah, we got calls like not even trying to go back to boot camp, but like we got every Sunday we got a 40-minute call.
Yeah.
So we got our phone, we got a 40-minute call. I remember my first call. It was like the entire time I was like, I don't know. Like,
no, dude. The number of times my dad's like, stop being a pussy. Yeah. Like you're fine. You're gonna be okay.
Yeah. No, I remember I had a lot of phone calls with my parents about my future and what I want to do and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, like the football out there though, I had a great time because like bonding through like shared like suffering is a real thing.
Amen.
Like so, like me and the fellows out there were like brothers, and like we know each other for 5 months.
And those dudes at OU that you're with now, that's the same thing. They're gonna be like to this day. I got high school. You got friends from all these different walks of life, but at the end of the day, dude, the 12 guys that I talk to like daily from college that I played football with, the blood, sweat, and tears, like that camaraderie and going through the stupid stuff we're talking about together, and like bonding through that. You won't find a group like that ever again. No,
but I mean, we were good out there too.
Yeah.
I mean, we would play like JUCOs and like we just beat the shit out of people. Yeah. We lost our Army game was the only game we lost, and I'm still sour about that.
Yeah.
I could go on about that. We should have won that game. We were better than them.
Yeah.
I don't care who hears it. We were way better than them. But
what was the decision then, saying I'm gonna go play at OU, coming back close to home?
It was really nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
It was more or less just what I had, because like I had known before the season. I've been back and forth of like, okay, I'm going to stay, I'm going to grind it out. Like this, I came here to do it because I loved my coach at Navy. Like Coach Volker out at Navy, like I loved him. Like recruiting, I fell in love with him. But it was just like, is it worth staying there and doing that just to be not happy for the next few years?
Yep.
So I'd kind of in my back of my head, like knowing I wanted to leave and like talking with my dad about it. I think the more he learned about it and like, because I really went there to play football.
Yep.
Like, I was going to do the service. I was proud to do it. I loved, like, being a part of that. But I went there for the wrong reasons.
And I think you can hear that in your recruiting process, right? Even when those two, you were stoked about the offers, but at the end of the day, you had your mindset on, like, Duke and some other places. You were in it for football. I would have been the same way.
Yeah. No, I definitely went there for the wrong reasons. And when I found that out, that's when I kind of started talking to Dad and telling him about it. Like, and telling them some things, like I was just talking, like while I was there, they changed the rule where you can't go from the academy to the NFL right away anymore.
Yeah.
You had to serve for like 3 years. It was like, obviously I'm not the biggest guy, obviously I'm not the fastest guy, but I'd rather have a 1% chance than a 0% chance.
Yep.
And a lot of the guys out there were more into Navy and like more into that and like excited about that. And I'm like, what am I doing here if I'm not excited like you guys? Like you guys love it here, and I'm like, and I don't know, but I had like my dad would be at our games. Like my parents did not miss a game, and we were all over the East Coast. Like, and my dad was out there like filming our games on his iPhone, like getting me filmed because they didn't give us access to our film.
Oh, okay.
They didn't give us we didn't, because they knew we would leave if we had our film. And I luckily, one of my best friends was leaving out there, and he was getting kicked out.
Yeah. So we won't go into that.
Yeah. But one of our assistant coaches gave him his film because like he's like, all right, like kind of having a tough break here, I'll give you my film.
Yeah.
I'm like you got the film?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
give it up.
Send that over here.
Yeah, give it up.
So I got the film and I made all my stuff, and it wasn't like our film out there was so trash. Like it was just some like student assistants like helping out. Like it wasn't well done. So like I am at Navy, obviously, have this trashy highlight film that's like 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, our defense, like I was like the starting backer out there, so I had a lot of film, but like it was just weird. I didn't know how to play linebacker.
Yeah.
Like I'd played safety.
Yep.
So, and I just got to the point where I was like, all right, like I'm gonna low key make sure and like start reaching out to some of these coaches.
Yeah.
I started texting the coaches I knew. Like I started texting like Toledo's coach. I remember I reached back out to the Duke coaches. I'm like, hey, let's make something happen here. Like, yeah. And then I got some help from some people like reaching out, like from like some Asheville people helping me reaching out to schools. And then I got the OU coach to follow. Coach Faunus followed me back.
Yeah.
And I was like, hell yeah. Because, like, OU, like, I never got recruited by them, never anything. But, like, weirdly enough, it was always some school, like, in the, like, I don't know how your recruiting process was, but there was always, like, a school that was like, I'd like to go there.
Yeah.
Like, something about it was just weird. Like,
Yeah.
and OU, oddly enough, was one of those schools where I was like, I just kind of want to go there.
Yeah.
And I got that follow back, and I was like, hell yeah. Like, close to home.
Yeah.
OU, this and that. And, like, I felt like if I would have went there, I had a good chance to play or like earn a scholarship, because at this point, like, I was talking to a lot of schools.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to like Virginia Tech and so, but it was like
Yeah.
PWO, like, we're not
Yeah.
going to offer you anything.
Yeah.
And I remember like coming into OU, like it was like right before Thanksgiving, Coach Faunus followed me. I was like, let's go. Because it was like right after our season. I had all my film. And I had to have been the most annoying kid to Coach Faunus. I still joke about it. Like,
DM.
it was like paragraph messages, like
Yeah.
every 3 days.
I mean,
like,
dude,
hey,
you see the Joe Burrow DM though that floats around. I just saw it again the other day. You
Yeah.
got to take your shot if you're going to get found.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's in hindsight. I wish I'd done more. Like hindsight's 2020. My dad knew nothing about the process. Dude,
Yeah.
you think my dad obviously, like, not to go down that path, but like that dude was a polar bear. He played at Ohio Northern.
Yeah.
Came off the farm. He knew nothing. You think he was able to help me at all through this process?
Yeah.
Hell no.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was kind of like me. Like,
Yeah.
my dad didn't play college sport. Like, he just did anything he could to help me. Like, he was learning the same as I was.
Exactly.
So, like, but, yeah, so, like, Coach Faunus, OU, like, it came down to, like, Toledo and OU, like, me
Yeah.
reaching out to
Okay.
them. And I got a PWO from Toledo while I was home on Christmas break.
Got it.
And then, like, still hadn't had anything from OU yet. And, like, but I wanted to go to OU because I had a much better shot going to OU. And, like, still messaged him a million times. And then, like, I remember Coach telling me, like, yeah, if we have a linebacker transfer, like, I might have a scholarship open up, this and that. And, like, where I was, like, sitting in my room and I saw that 2 linebackers transferred. So I'm, like, calling Coach. Like,
dude.
I had been so annoying. And then I went back to school. I was like, all right, like, I went home, talked to my family, like, I'm leaving. Like, I'm doing it. Like, so I turned in my DOR paperwork. Like, started, because, like, after you turn in your paperwork,
Yeah.
you, like, start working as, like, you get out of the school and you start just working as, like, an enlisted person.
Yeah.
So, like, I started, like, working on base and doing stuff. And I remember texting Coach. I was like, Coach, I, like, am leaving tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or I'm leaving in, like, 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to do something or no?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. He's like, best I can do right now is a PWO, but, like, maybe we can work something out in the summer, scholarship. And I was like,
All right, I'm out.
I'm like, I'm going to get so much hate for leaving for a PWO.
Yeah.
So, like, and I did. I got a lot of negative energy from a lot of guys out there that I thought were on my side, you know, and a lot of things. But I took my chances and left Navy. My car broke down out there too. So my dad had to get his truck, get like a little U-Haul car trailer, drive out there, get my car.
What were you driving?
Ford Taurus show.
Okay.
Yeah. But he came out, drove 12 hours to Rhode Island, got my car and me, drove me back. We unpacked everything, repacked everything up, and got back home at like 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
Was up at 5 a.m. the next day to drive down to Athens to move in.
Jeez.
So
That's wild.
Quick turnaround there. Like I said, I kind of like annoyed Coach Faunus into giving me a preferred walk-on, but it got me down there. And then, I mean,
At any point, did you go to class during any of this? Were you studying anything? Or were you just...
Like at Navy?
Yeah.
Like while I was leaving?
Did you do schoolwork ever? Or were you just football?
At Navy?
Yeah.
Oh, it was all schoolwork. It was all schoolwork. It was so much schoolwork. And I remember the day, because we would take like chemistry, physics, English, and like math.
Yeah.
Like it was like, no, like, oh, I'm going to go to marketing class.
Yeah,
like,
you don't have
use
to.
Chegg on everything. Like, I actually had to go like learn how to do
It's crazy. You had to
like
learn.
physics and like stuff. And like, it was
What's your major now?
marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I like that way more.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I remember when I turned in my paperwork, I didn't think I had to go to class anymore, so I like didn't go to class. I like, sat in my room.
That's classic.
And I remember I talked to
I'm out.
I talked to my chief, and he's like, yeah, he's like, you know, he's like, just go to class until like it's done. I'm like, all right. I remember I went to class the next day, and my physics teacher, he was an interesting dude. Remember he went and he's like, midshipman candidate Schmitz, where were you yesterday? He's like, I'll be messaging your chief. And I'm like, go ahead.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I didn't tell anybody I was leaving yet, but I was like, all right. Like, and he was like, he thought he was getting me, and I'm like,
yep.
All right, bro, I'm not going to be here
joke's
tomorrow.
on you, brother. That's funny, dude.
No, but yeah, so and Navy was a lot of class, a lot of military, like getting up at 5:20 in the morning every day, formation at 5:45. But I mean, it was a culture shock going from the Naval Academy to the.
Did you look good
Ohio
in
University.
uniform?
I think so.
Yeah.
I've been told. But
all right, man. Fast forward, we're starting this year. Like we kind of touched on it. One on the depth chart. You know, not taking that for granted. Obviously, you always fight for a spot.
No,
dude, you're always fighting for a spot, right? What's in store for the Bobcats this year? What are you expecting?
Yeah, last year, obviously, we had a really good year. We were 9-3 last year. I think even last year we fell short of our expectations.
Yeah,
Sure. We had an amazing team. We had, dudes like Rodney Matthews, Bryce Houston, Key Thompson. I mean, we had some absolute studs. Vonnie Watkins out there, and I mean that was just a couple guys on defense.
Yeah.
We had tons of dudes on offense too. But we lost a lot of those guys. I mean, we lost a lot of guys at the portal. Lost a lot of guys just to graduate in age and stuff. So this year will be a big growth year. You know, it'll be like how we approach the season and how we work and how we come together as a team. It'll really define how we do. You know, like we brought in a few transfers, a few good transfers. I'm really excited about the guys we brought in. But I mean, I think even the guys that we have like coming up.
Yeah.
My buddy Shea Taylor. I mean, we had Key Thompson and Bryce Houston. I mean, those are arguably last year was two of the best linebackers.
Yeah, for real.
One of the best linebacker duos in the nation. Like I'm not
sure.
But my buddy Shea Taylor, he's coming in and going to be our Mike backer this year. I mean, I have full trust in him. He's going to be a stud. Like, we have a lot of guys that, like, are right there.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about it. Like, Bradley Weaver, my our field defensive end. I mean,
Are you guys all on campus for the summer workouts and everything right now?
Yeah.
Who do you live with?
I live with Shea, Jacob Winters, my buddy Jacob Winters, and then Roman Perotti. I was supposed to live with Brad.
Yeah.
But Brad wanted to go solo, have a little lock-in cave. So Brad's living by himself right now. But
all right, dude. That's to this day, like looking back on it too. That's always one of the best stories. It's like it's the outside the locker room or off the.
Yeah, that's where you make. That's where the memories.
Dude,
are made,
that's
like
the stupid stuff that you do at home. Like I had the place on Ashland's campus, and like at any given time we had 12 guys. Like, you know, totally not okay. But during summer workouts, we had mattresses on the floor. Like, you just had 12 dudes in a house just going out.
We have a great time. I mean, in the summer down in Athens, obviously, like, Athens is a college town.
Yeah.
Like, the student body is what makes Athens.
Yeah,
so, like,
when
you get down there in the summer, and there's not, like, girls walking around, like, good things to do. You're like, damn, like, what are we going to do? So, like, the fella's gonna have to make some fun.
Yeah, you make fun, man. That's what we always say. It's like, all right, it's Ashland, Ohio.
Yeah.
And being from there and staying there, people would always come in, and a lot of times they wouldn't even know I was from there. Mm-hmm. People were always shocked. They're like, oh, wait, you're from Ashland? Yeah. It's like, what's that mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, weirdos here. Like, I'm like, okay. But then once they get past that, they're like, okay, if you're from Ashland, what did you do for fun growing up? I'm like,
I don't really remember.
I don't either, but it's going to have to be something different now.
You did something.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't do it anymore.
We found a way. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny, dude. Okay, so living with a bunch of dudes, classic. And then you were telling a story before we started talking here. What's something you guys have been up to recently?
Yeah. Me and some of the guys went out last week. You know, they were a little bored. It was like Tuesday or something like that after workouts, and we were like, one of the guys was, hey, like, I just rented this boat. Like, let's all chip in $25 and let's go out. It was like me and the fellas, and like, there was not a dude under 200 pounds in the boat.
So a lot of meat, man.
We went to a little lake down there, a little man-made lake, got a little 6-man pontoon boat.
Yeah.
It's like, hell yeah, we're going to get on this boat. Like, we loaded up into it, like, brought all our, like, drinks and stuff, got out there, we're going to fish and everything, and we get on there, and I'm like, I'm my boater's license. I'm like, I'll drive the boat for us.
Yeah.
And, like, I get it out there, and we're, like, just getting off the dock, and we're all like, hell yeah, like, we got this boat. And I'm driving, and then, like, instantly we're going, and the front of the boat just starts sinking. We're like, whoa, like water's coming onto the boat and everything, and like turn the engine off. And we're like, what do we got? Like, what do we like? The engine stopped working too. Like it wouldn't even go anymore. Like we weighed too much. Like the weight limit on this boat was 800 pounds, and we had to
Probably
easily add
2,000 on there.
1,600 pounds of guys on there.
That's
So my buddy Austin Mitchell had to jump out of the boat and pull the boat back to the dock. And we got a big 8-person boat and went out and had a good time. But
dude. Maybe the most important thing, like not to cut off that story, but Parker Titsworth. Dude, I don't know how I haven't brought Parker Titsworth up, number 69. All right, just give the people, for people who haven't heard about this guy, give us a background on this guy.
Parker Titsworth, the
Incredible name, first off. And he wore
best name in college football.
And what number did he wear?
Number 69 for the Bobcats. He's a center. I mean,
he's moved on now, right?
No, he's here.
back.
No, he's here.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
he's here.
I thought he was done last year.
No, he's got one more year.
Oh my God,
Hell of a guy.
Even better.
Hell of a guy. You know. Hell of a guy.
People need to follow that guy.
Hell of a number. Hell of a name. You know.
If you're not following Parker Titsworth, you need to follow Parker.
And opportunity right there.
Yeah, that's incredible. Dude, anything else you want to tell the people right now, man? What's in store for you after college? I know that's probably like, I know at your point, like I always had medical school in mind. Like I knew I had a bigger purpose and goal and everything. And so, I don't know, maybe football at times fell to the wayside, especially when things got tough. I was like, I would always be like, all right, whatever. I got bigger things to fry, like bigger fish to fry. You've talked about like being able to play. I mean, is that something you want to chase? Are you trying to go to the NFL, CFL, whatever opportunity comes your way? Or are you kind of like, you know what, let's see what happens, and then, you know, what are you going to do for work one day? What do you think? What's your...
Yeah, no, like as far as football, I mean, I think if you're not working towards the next level or the next, like, best thing, like,
Yeah.
I don't feel
Maybe
like
I wasn't as good of an athlete as you, which is probably the truth. So I knew college was it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can go to the NFL from OU. It's D1,
Yeah.
FBS D1. So, like, I feel like if I'm not working towards
Yeah, you gotta
NFL,
have
if I'm
a
not working towards the next thing, am I really working my hardest?
Yep.
So, obviously, I think the goal is to go to the next level. I think that's everybody's goal playing. And if it's not your goal, I mean, it's not an issue. But
Yeah.
that's my goal. I want to work to be the best football player Kadin Schmitz can be, you know? And so, like, that's the goal, obviously. But obviously, you got to have a backup plan.
Yeah.
So, I'm in marketing right now. I'm majoring in marketing. I want to eventually get into medical sales.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I say now, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, plans change. I want to do that. Like, I want to get into, like, sports training, doing different things with sports. Like,
Yeah.
that's just stuff I love. Like, working out and, like, lifting and all. Like, that's, like, really my love. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, like, being a meathead and, like, working out. So,
Yeah. And even the lift aid, that's the thing that keeps me grounded. You know, it's like, even when things are tough, it's like, dude, I just go to the gym and kind of let it out.
No, definitely. I mean, that's I love working out. But, yeah, I want to medical sales and just see where life takes me, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of a crazy life. Nothing's guaranteed, so.
I love it, man. Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, two kids that just kind of had dreams chasing them, and, you know, eventually you get there. I don't know. This is as much like a life episode as much as anything else, man. You're just getting started. I guess I'm still young into this too, but, like, you're going to realize how much crazy shit is about to happen.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't end in college, that's for sure. But I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me.
First episode, dude. I think this was
Good start.
Yeah, we'll have to catch up with you.
There'll be a lot more to
season,
talk
maybe.
about.
Yeah, I was
There'll
just
be
saying.
more stuff to talk about.
This won't be the
I feel like
last
there's a lot we
video.
didn't even talk about. you
No,
know?
exactly. We could have done more. People are probably tired of hearing about us, but no, man, there'll be more episodes of Kadin Schmitz for
sir.
sure. All right, man. Good luck this year.
Awesome. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.